fresh ideas. What's fresh about big government socialism? What's fresh about effectively you can call it whatever you want, whether you look throughout history, whether it's a monarchy, whether it's authoritarian, you can go back to Robin Hood times, you can go to communism, socialism. It is about the idea of big government, of the collective superseding the value of the individual. That's what's important. We want to talk about Europe, fresh ideas, old European socialism.
I think even the Republicans are not for income inequality. They hear that, but it doesn't compute that that's going to be solved by socialism. Socialism is the programs they already like. They like Social Security. That's socialism. They like Medicare. They like the VA. They like the military.
No, that's exactly right.
It's already a socialist country.
But what we have to, no, it's not a socialist country.
It's quasi.
Quasi. There are some socialist programs.
All right, everyone, I thought I'd make just a short video debunking the benevolence of government and socialism. You can show this to your left-leaning friends.
Let's take your point about that somebody put in your head through propaganda about how progressivism leads to Marxism. It's absurd. So socialism is what we have today in this country. Please don't have your head explode. So what socialism means is the government does some things and the private industry does some things, right? So private industry does Coca-Cola, Nike, makes your shoes. Government does other things like your police department, your fire department, your military. So you like the military? Oh, what a socialist you are. You know, the military is the largest government program there is. So yes, that's how socialism works. So the private industry doesn't do everything. The government doesn't do everything. Does it lead to communism? No. Western Europe is all socialist. We're in essence socialist, and it has never led to communism. Does communism lead to Marxism? No. Communism doesn't work at all. So unfortunately, and some of my super liberal audience will get mad at me, but this is the reality. Human nature, it does not work the way the communists want it to work, where you put in as much as you want and then take out only as much as you need. That is not how human beings work. So communism usually leads to dictatorships, because since it is not a good fit for human nature, some strongman comes in and takes over the process.
Capitalism, free enterprise, at its absolute worst, can only function through voluntary transaction. It has to. Socialism, big government, can only function through coercion, at gunpoint. It has to.
Hey, socialism's bad, except when it's not. You know, socialism, we build roads, libraries, schools, hospitals, the military, Social Security, Medicare. It's all socialism. It's all socialism. Remember how socialism crashed our economy in 2008? I mean, it saved it. Socialism saved the economy. Socialism saved our capitalistic state, which is, by the way, not worth saving, this piece of shit that we got going that renders half the country poor and poverty.
There's no real solution that he offers. He just offers a bunch of criticism while almost entirely omitting the big government policies and the far leftist, the corporatism, the crony capitalism, the borderline socialist policies that have created these problems.
In the world, in our pretend total rejection of socialism, because every single modern nation, to one extent or another, has socialism. I mean, mixed market economies dominate the industrialized world. So you have aspects of capitalism and industries that are capitalist, and they're regulated, by the way. Those industries are regulated. It's not pure capitalism, or at least it shouldn't be. And in most cases, it isn't in the rest of the modern world. And you counteract that with a healthy dose of socialism, which is just government. So, for example, in the United States, we have Medicare, socialist, Medicaid, socialist, fire department, socialist, cops, socialist, military, socialist, roads, socialist, post office, socialist. You go down the list. Anything that's government is socialist. Regulating the marketplace, child labor laws, socialist.